Alright, got a couple 600s I got to build for Mr. Jerry Stewart. He's putting my tunnel ram on his Willys. So I'm going to tear them apart, clean them up, re-gasket them, and tune them in. Go slap them on there. Alright, got everything stripped apart, cleaning it up. So, much better. Base plate and all that. Got to throw new gaskets, get it, new power valve. Need to pull the shooter out. Check all that. Matched up the secondary diaphragm springs on both of them. This one is black. Do that, got to put the new nylon seats in and clean that front bowl up. But that's what it looks like now. That's what they did look like. Crusty. Alright, there's one carburetor done. 65 jet, 6.5 power valve. Black springs on the vacuum secondary. So that's what they looked like before. Absolutely filthy. This other carburetor had gas and water mixed in it. Sure, that stuff stinks. Alright, got the second carburetor done. I took and welded this little bracket on here so I have a place for a turn. Because on the Y and high rims, they hit the top plenum of the tunnel ram. They don't have clearance for them. So I did that. Got all cleaned up. I guess I'll take each one of them out here and slap them on my car. Alright, here's the first carburetor. This is the one for the rear. Got it stuck on the... I need a plug for that. Got it stuck on the 74 here. Unhook the turbo. See if I can fire it up and get the idle adjusted. Get them both close to the same. And when they go on the tunnel ram, they'll be good. Alright.
Take that.
Yeah. When they're like that, it makes you just want to touch the throttle. Just like, come on, wake up. Yeah, wake up. Alright, this is the second carburetor, which will be the front carburetor. See the bracket I welded to it for his return spring deal. But in order to get this thing to run on this engine, I'm going to put carb paint and stuff on this and bake it. It'll make it even nicer than what it is. But in order to get this thing to run on this motor, this little 600 with that big plenum and everything else, it needs so much air and fuel that I have to open that up. Like it's 3 full turns out already, and the mixture screws need to come out a little further, but they're only out 1.5 turns, which they need to be about 3 full turns in order to get the mixture right to run this on this motor, where it'll auto clean. So I got the curb idle open up 3 full turns, which has got the butterflies, the primary butterflies way open, which is actually sucking lots of fuel. Just try to get it to run. I'm gonna close them off a little bit and just see if I can feather the throttle. And that's half. All right, it's out 2 full turns there. I'll go 2.5. But in order to get it to run on this motor, I got to do that, just to show that they will run. And when I put them together, match them together on the tunnel ram, fired up on his motor, that's a very, very mild 350 with like just a tiniest little cam in it, it'll be perfectly fine. It's just, it won't work on this combination. And 2, this engine only pulls 6 inches or 7 inches of vacuum at idle, and this has got 6.5 power valves in it, so the power valve's already trying to open, which is making it super rich, and you can't give it enough air because you can't open the butterflies far enough because it's such a small carburetor. But it'll run. So it'll fire right up. No pump shot. So there you go. I'm gonna coat that one and bake it and make it nicer. Alright, I got Jerry's carburetor sprayed with that carb paint. I just gotta let them cure and then I'll bake them. And that'll harden up real good and it'll be gas resistant. There they are. Just shoot them. Works good. Throw them in the oven at 250 degrees for about 40 minutes. Bake it. It does just fine. All right, I'm over here at Jerry Stewart's. Everybody remember Jerry? He's got him a Stonewoods and Cook Willys that he did all the decal, everything on this. He did all of it, and we are fixing to throw a tunnel ram on it. So this is what I built the carburetors for. You'll see in the video where I did all the carburetor work and stuff like that, and fired them up and dialed them in. It's for this combination. It's a small block 350, probably 9-to-1, mild cam in it. Sounds good, fires right up, runs good. But he wants a tunnel ram. Jerry's got to have that stuff sticking through the hood. I'll pop all this stuff off and slap his tunnel ram on and fire it up and dial it in, and he should be good to go. But that's cool. Yeah, he hand prints out all these and cuts them out and sticks them on there. He had to do this in a bunch of different pieces. It looks good.
Yeah, and I do all the metal sides.
Yeah, he does all these. He's made. These ain't ordered. What man could spend $40-50 a pop on a sign? He cuts all these out of tin or sheet metal and makes the decals for them. All that stuff. Jerry's quite a handy fella, awful creative. And these are just a few of the cars he's had over the years. I don't know if anybody's seen the garage in a while, but Jerry has had, you probably owned over 100 cars for sure. 350 cars. He swapped and traded over 350 cars in his lifetime, which is only 35 years, 36 years.
23 Willys.
23 Willises. God, that's a lot of cars. All right, got the intake off. All that, and everything looked good down in there. Got the new gaskets on. I'll let the silicone cure up a little bit before I slap the tunnel ram on it, but making some progress. All right, well, I got the tunnel ram on, and these are the carbs that I rebuilt. See where I welded the return spring bracket, and this is the coating that I put on them, and then I bake it. See, before there was aluminum. I didn't film after I did the chrome on them, but see, makes them pretty nice. But there's the whole setup. He's got these extra spacers to get it up where he wants it. He'll probably end up taking the shorter ones out, but so far that's it. And I'm making the fuel rail to go from both of them like that. It just makes it cleaner. We got one fuel line that supplies both carburetors. It works pretty good. So taking everything out. Cool. And these are 65 jet, 6.5 power valves, and black springs on both the vacuum secondary pods. So they should be pretty good. Both got the same pump cams. Just like I said in the video earlier when I was putting them together, they're both matched up. That's kind of the look he's going for. He wanted it stuck out the hood. And usually I don't do the chrome shininess, but Jerry loves things to shine, so I did the shiny. I got the fuel rail, all that bent and made, all this stuff is done, the linkage, where the fuel line is run, all that good stuff. So got fuel in the carbs, everything's fine. Just got to get a little spark to her, and that's what we're going to do here in just a minute. Put the distributor in, everything's ready to go, good to fire off, all that. Put the MSD ready to run in it, and guess what? It ain't ready to run. This thing is garbage. So anybody out there buying the MSD ready to run deal, be wary, because that one, and I've used them before with fantastic luck, but that one just absolutely dead. So he bought a MSD Pro billet. Sounds good. All right, put the MSD billet distributor in, and first rotation it fired. No pump shot, nothing. So he's gonna fire it up, and I'm gonna adjust the carburetors, which they should be pretty close. I'm gonna adjust them. Grab. I ain't got the tack hooked up yet, but that don't really matter.
Let me just let you play with the throttle instead of
It should just light right off. took about 5 degrees of timing out of it and spun it over, and it, no pump shot or nothing.
It ain't burning rich now.
No, that's pretty good. It is not a clone, it's kind of a look-alike. But there she is. He got the hood fixed. He made him a template and everything and filled the hole. Got the scoop stuck out and it looks just about perfect. Man, it looks good. Yes, everybody can see the whole car now in all her glory. Well, that is just too cool. Yeah, we back it out and do a little poke with it, but it's cold and dark and everything else. So you'll see it in the springtime maybe, if we ever get a nice day. Man, it done good. See, this is the one that had the little signal deal, and look at all that purdy in there. Oh, it's cool. That's awesome. It looks so much better with that on it. So much better. Yeah, you're gonna fire it up. Oh, that makes it so much better. Oh yeah, that is cool.